everybody in the days of slave trade was very miserable. There were some people who enjoyed life, who had certain special benefits they were getting from their masters. And this history is well documented for us to refer to. But what happens here is that the working terms and conditions of service are not good. To an extent, I have a documentary, for example, showing dirty water extracted from the swamp where a lot of chaff is discharged. And the water is extracted from there, not treated, nothing. And it is given to the workers to drink. And sometimes because workers have no option, they are so thirsty. The demand for them to work is so high. They have no other option but to make sure they drink that water. They fall sick as a result of drinking that water. When they fall sick of typhoid, of diarrhea, they use the little money they have been given as salary to treat themselves. The money is not even enough to treat them. Now, what is this really? And we have people who are given responsibility to do this work. You even file complaints in the work to government offices, and there is no response. This is not fair. This is not fair. And I don't think we can keep human beings in this state forever. We have employers who knowing very well that they have a duty to pay NSSF, contribute to the workers' future survival, social security by paying NSSF contributions. What then happens? It's so amazing. The employers don't pay NSSF. Sometimes they even go and conspire. I do believe there is some aspect of conspiracy between employers and National Social Security Fund. I am coming to you, members of NSSF. Don't play with workers' savings. Management of NSSF, rise up and make sure you collect savings of the workers. Because you have no excuse. You have all the means to collect this money. You have the capacity to collect money and to take employers who have refused to comply to the courts of law. How do employers, if you don't know how employers are cheating, for us as trade unions, we are available. We can be able to share. Sometimes we have even written letters to you explaining these issues, but there is no response that is coming forth. Please don't open a war. NSSF, our management, I'm giving you free advice. Don't open a war on the trade unions. Don't open a war on workers. Make sure workers save their money which has been deducted is recovered so that it is saved for them in the future. Even when they have served under such very bad working conditions, they can be able to get something at old age that can assist them. The workers are not given leave. They don't go on leave. There are employers who don't allow their workers to go on leave. They don't go on annual leave. They don't go on maternity leave. When a woman gets pregnant, they simply tell the employee to go away. They tell the employee to resign. These things are happening here. No paternity leave. Workers are not allowed to go on this leave. No compassionate leave. What kind of society are we building? Yes, we have a few employers, very few by the way, who respect these standards. Majority of the employers in Uganda are not respecting these standards. And this is not right. And then at the end of the day, they conspire with certain government officers to frustrate unionization. That workers cannot be unionized. Because they know if they join a trade union, we are going to rise up and speak about those issues. We therefore want to think that employers should be able to respect these basic standards. Contracts of employment. How can you keep someone in employment for as many as 15, 20 years and there is no contract of employment? What is it? And when there is a problem, some employers shamelessly even deny workers. Say, this one, I don't know, he's not my employee. Maybe he's working for someone else. People are working for very long hours. very long hours under very poor working terms and conditions of service. They are not being paid even for the extra time they work for. This is exploitation. There is a very, very serious, big similarity between this kind of conduct and the conduct that existed in the days of slave trade. Now, if we think that we got independence, if we think that we have helped our people from slavery, why do we see the same things that happened in the days of slave trade happening here today? This is not right. There is no right to freedom of association. Workers are not allowed to join trade unions. Those who join trade unions are being chased. What is this? There are people who enter workplaces and they are told, don't join a trade union. Because when you do, we will be able to take action against you. Why? Because they think that when workers join trade unions, they are going to be able to speak about these abuses, which are actually a very big problem. Now, how do you expect people to derive a benefit from the fruits of their labor if you are subjecting them to this kind of conditions? This is not right. We have people who are being terminated from employment for flimsy excuses. And have not greeted someone, therefore the person takes advantage of his position and he terminates me from employment. And of late I've seen some funny ruling there. Somebody made a very fake ruling there. Or an employer has a right to terminate even without a reason. My friend, don't create circumstances of a revolution in Uganda. How can you get someone terminated without giving a reason? You must give a reason. There must be a reason why somebody gets terminated from work. No ruling that is going to promote injustice will be accepted by trade unions in Uganda. No judge, regardless of whatever power you wield, we will never respect any ruling that promotes injustice against the workers of Uganda. So do not even sit there thinking that I'm going to use my position to dictate. It is just for a while. But the moment of reckoning is coming, and it is coming, you better shape up and make sure that every decisions you make are made in the best interest of the work of the people. Things to do with the terminal benefits. Someone has served and worked for you for a period of about 10, 20, 15, 30 years. You don't give them any terminal benefit. They just go away like as if they are people who have just passed by your workplace. They have served you. You should be able to reward them for what they have done for you. As a result of their labor, you have expanded your business empire. You are now so powerful. You have existed and had a very bigger impact in other areas. And the people who have worked for you are just walking away empty-handed. They don't know where they are even going. And you as an employer, you are very proud. Have created employment. What kind of employment is that? My friend, this is not right. This is to do with the harassment of workers at workplaces. Why? Why should civilized society still continue having employers who harass workers at workplaces? What is really wrong with our community? You have the power to terminate someone if you find that the person has committed an offense. Follow the law, terminate someone from employment. Why must you harass them? You take advantage of your position to continue harassing employees. Workers, what offense did they do to come and work for you? And they have done a lot of work for you. This is not right. And we must be able to stop this conduct. Physical abuse. Can you imagine we have employers, I don't even want to continue mentioning some of the companies. You physically abuse a worker. You assault a worker. This thing is you better stop. Because the day we are going to rise up and straighten, we are going to instruct workers to revenge. You beat a worker, we will instruct workers to beat you up and even burn your factory so that you will learn how to treat people. Who tells you that you have got a monopoly of assaulting people? Human beings must be respected. They must enjoy their respect and begin it as human beings. The mere fact that you have given me a job, I don't become your property. Unlawful deductions, you find people earning very little salary. Then you find employers move around and they deduct unlawfully. And when they are deducting, they don't even show it on the payslip because they don't give workers payslips. This kind of theft. And these things, among the so many abuses, are here in Uganda. They are here in Uganda. I even want now to think that we are going to write a petition to Parliament seeking investigation into some of these things. Maybe a commission of inquiry can be instituted. Otherwise, the working terms and conditions of workers in Uganda are not good. And we must be able to work together and bring about change. People who are taking trouble to watch these recordings that I'm making, I am appealing to you because you and me can bring change. Those of you who are listening to me, don't despise yourself, regardless of whatever position. We can work together to bring about change in Uganda. We can work together to bring about change in the East African region. We can work together. Change can start from this point and it will spread all over. And by the time you realize it, many people have benefited from the efforts that we have invested. I therefore want to appeal to you to make sure that we continue moving together in this exercise. I'm offering myself to highlight and to provide this information so that as we continue listening to it, we work together to demand that let there be change and let there be positive change to help the workers of Uganda. Otherwise, the conditions under which we are working are not good. I am coming back to continue with a further expounding on the abuse of rights, so that even when we rise up and we are talking about working terms and conditions of service, we will understand what exactly are we talking about. Thank you very much, colleagues, for listening to me, and I want to wish you the best in each and everything that you are doing. Have a blessed time.